Hey fight fans, in this video, Islam Makhachev has been nominated for Fighter of the Year and International Fighter of the Year awards. But who else in addition to him is up for nominations? Voting for the nominations is open until September 30th. But before we get into all of that, lately, the UFC organization has been lacking stars and big fights. There's so much rematches going on in the organization that really the UFC is kind of turning into a rematch league. Last month, there were already rumors that Floyd and Conor could return to the ring, calling for a staggering amount of about $1 billion. And McGregor took to social media to say that a deal could be done. But White is freaking out over a possible fight between Floyd and Conor. But let's see why he is so against this fight. But right now, we're going to get back here to the nominations. So Makhachev was nominated for the Fighter of the Year and International Fighter of the Year awards. In addition to him, this nomination also includes Johnny Eblen, Charles Oliveira, Alexander Volkanovski, and Francis Ngannou. The Dagestani fighter also claims the nomination for International Fighter of the Year, and there he will be joined by Volkanovski, Roberto Soldic, Mateusz Gamrot, and Khamzat Chimaev. Voting in the nominations again is open until September 30th.
End of this year, one more fight. I'm gonna finish one more fight. I'm gonna be Fighter of the Year.
Now, back to the big fights. We all agree that lately the organization has been those lacking stars. There is too much rematch going on and young fighters are often ignored, which leads to their defeat. The UFC is really kind of turning into a rematch league. There are a few names on the roster and fighters with a name, but they're already fighting in a circle. Now, in theory, there is nothing wrong with that. Confrontations with history have always attracted the viewer, and the UFC used them to stay afloat. The rematch cycle is familiar to the UFC, and therefore the promotion squeezes out any confrontation to the last drop. But now, this policy is really becoming disastrous. As a result of the policy, the attractiveness of the league is declining. And if this continues in a few years, the UFC may be facing a serious shortage of talent. Now, we, the fans, we need new high-profile fights, new names, like a new John Jones, a new Nurmagomedov, young Conors. There are high-profile fights in the organization, and people miss the big fights. It's a fact that millions of fans are waiting for the return on Conor McGregor. But McGregor wants to fight Floyd Mayweather by boxing rules. And now it seems that a rematch is becoming more and more real between them. However, the UFC boss has already commented on the news and he believes that a fight will not take place. He said, "It's all bullshit. The guys are just chatting on social media like they always do. Whatever the hell this tabloid is called, it's full of shit. What can motivate me to help organize this fight? Dementia," White said. However, Dana made similar statements before the first fight between Floyd and Conor in August of 2017. So there is hope for a duel, the only question is who is interested in it. Unfortunately, modern martial arts are show business in which names decide everything, not skill. UFC top heavyweight Cyril Gane recently complained that fighters only sold 200,000 pay-per-views in the Francis Ngannou title fight. Fernand Lopez calls such sales a comedy. Conor McGregor never complains. Why? Because he found a solution. You have to bring the audience. We need to sell pay-per-views. Instead of telling White what to do, sell pay-per-views and you will have money, said Fernand Lopez. Now, last month there were already rumors that Floyd and Conor could once again enter the boxing ring. And McGregor took to social media to say that a deal could be done, sharing a photo from their first fight with Floyd in June of 2017 and captioning, "I agree." Now, according to a source close to McGregor, the fighters have already agreed on personal terms but have not yet agreed on the number of rounds, as the Irishman is ready for 10 rounds. The fight will take place at lightweight, and McGregor will receive about $158 million for the fight. According to the Sun Insider, the personal terms of the fighters have already been agreed upon, but there are still negotiations on the length of the fight. Conor wants to fight 10 rounds, and it is expected that the fight will take place in the lightweight category. And if that is the case, then the Irishman, who gained a lot of weight after breaking his leg, will now have to lose all that weight. A source close to Floyd's camp gave some interesting details about the upcoming rematch. Conor will only accept the fight on the condition that Floyd is ready to put his professional record on the line. So the fight will not be an exhibition, it will be an official fight. This will be the last time Floyd will step into the ring. A fight like this is not to be missed. The deal is very close to completion. Personal terms were agreed on both sides. Floyd believes that this will be the end of the Mayweather era and the beginning of Gervonta Davis. He thinks this is the biggest night boxing has ever seen. And he says people should be ready because it will be something impressive. Talks began after Mayweather allegedly made Conor a $157.9 million rematch offer. Moreover, the undefeated champion boasted that the fight would be easy work and easy money. 45-year-old Floyd's entourage notes that the boxer trains as if he were 30, and he is considering a fight with Conor next March in the Middle East. The rematch will bring Conor and Floyd a lot of money, but it is unlikely to delight the fans. But the rematch makes sense financially. The first fight was the second highest grossing fight in history, generating over 4 million pay-per-view purchases. The undefeated Mayweather took the record to 50-0 with a 10-round technical knockout of the Irishman to earn around £250 million. Now, at the same time, Floyd increased the winnings in bookmakers betting on his victory in the later odds. Mayweather's victory over McGregor was his last professional fight, but since then Floyd has participated in various exhibition fights. Therefore, one should not be surprised that retirees are returning to boxing. The fight between Tyson and Holyfield will bring together more than a fight between skillful no-name prospects. In the UFC, the situation is even worse. There are almost no such world stars as Conor McGregor. He was the only one in the history of the UFC who showed phenomenal pay-per-view numbers. So White is freaking out about a possible Floyd fight with Conor because the golden cow is going right out from under his nose. Well, that's all for today, so don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because it helps us grow, and thank you for watching.